Hello, and welcome to another edition of Dan's All Drinks Considered. I'm Dan, and as you can see, this is a drink. So, you're probably wondering at a glance why I would be featuring this on All Drinks Considered. Of course, this is just a bottle of Coca-Cola, right? Looks perfectly ordinary and probably not interesting enough to feature on a review show like this. But, ordinary bottle of Coke? No, says I, because if you take a look here, it has a yellow cap. And if you take an even closer look at it, when it's right side up, you can see that that yellow cap has some Hebrew writing on it, and a kosher symbol. So, things are not always what they seem. This is actually a bottle of Coke that is released for the Passover holiday. Now I will say, just in the interest of full disclosure, I am not Jewish myself. My fiance is Jewish, so I asked her why this special version of Coca-Cola would be released on the Passover holiday. Her exact words were, and I quote, "I don't know." And it was probably followed by something like, "Why do you ask me these things? I'm not your window into the Jewish world." I'm just kidding, she didn't really say that. But be that as it may, I went and looked it up, and it turns out that certain grains are essentially not eaten on the Passover holiday by observant Jewish people. That includes wheat, barley, but it actually includes corn. And of course, Coca-Cola normally is made since about 1980 with high fructose corn syrup, which of course is made of corn. So this special Passover version of Coke, which is released typically in areas with higher Jewish populations, but you may be able to find it generally in the wild. This is released in the springtime every year, and unlike the normal Coca-Cola flavor that we get in the States today, if you take a look at the ingredient list, this indeed is made with cane sugar rather than high fructose corn syrup. So there you have it. That's why this special version of Coke exists, and I have to imagine it would probably taste quite a bit like the pre-1980 version of Coca-Cola, when it was still normally made with cane sugar, or like Mexican Coke, which of course you can get today. Mexican Coke, by the way, exists because in Mexico, where one of the main industries, or I should say, I don't know if it's one of the main, it's certainly a major industry in Mexico, is sugar production. To protect their sugar industry, the Mexican government places high tariffs on high fructose corn syrup. So for Coca-Cola, it's more cost effective in that market simply to make it with cane sugar, as they used to everywhere. In my area, Mexican Coke is not hard to come by. Even some of the Dollar Generals stock it. In fact, it's even fairly easy around here to find a Mexican Sprite, which is the same deal, made with cane sugar. But if you live in an area where you can't get Mexican Coke regularly and still want that original cane sugar flavor, at least in the springtime, this Passover version of Coke, and again, look for that yellow cap, this is, I guess, the alternative. So as far as the taste test and the smell test and all of that, I imagine that'll be probably pretty quick. Frankly, I expect it to taste almost, if not completely identical to Mexican Coke. But it's an interesting story at the very least. Something that not everyone may be aware of, and I thought it was interesting to feature nonetheless. So, here is a very old Coca-Cola glass that I have in the closet. I have two of these left. I think it was a set of 4 originally. One of them actually got broken last year in our move. I think it was the only thing that didn't survive the moving process when we moved into our new house. The 4th one disappeared sometime before that. I don't know how or when or why, or how the other one disappeared. But I figured might as well use that for this Coca-Cola taste test. So we'll open it up, twisting off that special yellow cap. Hopefully not having it spray in all directions in the process. And we'll pour some out. There's my great camera work again, like in the last video. I should mention, I've only ever seen the Yellow Cap Passover Coke in the 2-liter bottles, so I actually don't know if they make like 20 ounces or anything like that. For lack of better evidence, I assume they don't. I assume it is just the 2 liters. But I'm happy to be wrong on that. If any of you do find the Yellow Cap on other sizes of Coca-Cola. Anyway, I'll give this a try. Visual test is as expected. It looks like Coke. Smell test. It smells like Coke. And taste test. It tastes like Coke. Yeah, I would say it does taste. It does have that slightly more, I don't want to say naturalistic, but for lack of a better term, that slightly more naturalistic cane sugar taste like Mexican Coca-Cola. I probably should have gotten a Mexican Coke to taste alongside this and see if there is indeed any difference. Just as it is, I don't think there is. Yeah, tastes good, just like a Coca-Cola should. I wish this was the formulation we got all year, of course. And I know I've said many times, I am a Pepsi man, given the choice, but Coke is fine. I certainly will never turn it down as drinks go if it's offered. Cola in general I do enjoy, and well, Coke is one of the classic ones, even if it doesn't say Coke Classic anymore. What's the deal with that, anyway? I assume the Coke Classic thing was originally to differentiate it from New Coke after that failure. But, yeah, anyway. I think this episode, I think, has gone on long enough, so I'll call it there. But, if you are observing Passover, I hope that it's a good one. Perhaps you will enjoy some Passover Coca-Cola in the process. If Easter's more your bag, enjoy that, since that's coming up, and I don't know if I'll have a new episode before then. I might, but we'll see. Yeah, anyway, we'll see you soon. Many more weeks, many more drinks. Have a good one.